Welcome guys to a new arena guide video. This time we will take a look at Monk Rush. Monk Rush is the most famous, most unique arena strategy, maybe even the most aggressive strategy that AoE has to offer. In the past it was even more popular than it is lately, but still, even now you can beat with Monk Rush the best players in the game. We can divide Monk Rush into Castle Age Monk Rush, Imp Monk Rush. Castle Age Monk Rush, potentially more aggressive one. You are really trying to make the damage in Castle Age, going for monks, going for mangonels, going for potentially pikemen, and you want to kind of end the game in Castle Age. The issue is if opponent goes for like guard tower defense, if he goes for castle defense, then you basically have nothing against it and you have to go Imp afterwards anyways. Imp Monk Rush, basically you start the same as Castle Monk Rush, but then your main focus is to go to Imp as fast as possible and then make forward castle and traps. This is how we want to push and win the game. I listed there some civilizations that are among the best civilizations in the game for Monk Rush. Aztecs, Lithuanians, those two civilizations are also among the best arena civilizations in the game. So you have to ask yourself, do I really want to play Monk Rush with those civilizations? Most of the time not, but maybe there will be a way. Portuguese, Burmese, another great arena civilizations, Saracens, Japanese. So ask yourself if it's the best option to go for Monk Rush. With some civilizations, some matchups, it will definitely be. We can put there even more civilizations than those ones. What the civilization really needs if we want to go Monk Rush with them. So, crucial thing are those monastery upgrades. Sanctity, we absolutely need to have Sanctity. We need to have Redemption. So if our civilization doesn't have Sanctity or Redemption, we can absolutely forget about Monk Rushing. If opponent has monks, and if he can go for monks, then we absolutely need Atonement because we can convert opponent monks if we make this. Also, if opponent goes for heavy monks, then we need even Heresy. That will be the crucial upgrade there. Fervor, always nice. Monks will move 15% faster. Very cheap upgrade. Really nice as well. If the game goes to Imp, we absolutely care about getting those 3 Imp upgrades. Block Printing, the most important one, giving us +3 range. Theocracy, meaning that if we have 10 monks and we convert one unit of opponent, then only 1 monk out of those 10 have to rest, and the other 9 can start converting again right away. Also, Elimination means that monks regains their fate 50% faster. Again, very crucial upgrade in Imp. So this is what we mainly look for: Sanctity, Redemption, absolutely crucial, Atonement if opponent has monks, and then those 3 in Imp. So let's take a look at the games that I have there prepared for you. It will be Indians versus Burmese in the first game. This time I feel Monk Rush was absolutely legit option because I didn't really see how I would win that matchup in Imp. I felt that opponent will just go for heavy CAs and Burmese cannot really do much against them. So I think Monk Rush there was the best option we had. Once again, Burmese, one of the best arena civilizations for Monk Rushing. We can take a look at them. Main thing is that the monastery upgrades are 50% cheaper. That's absolutely crucial. Also, lumber camp upgrading free, that's very important for us. And relics visible on the map at the start of the game, also very sweet. So yeah, with Burmese, a lot of time going for Monk Rush isn't really a bad option for you. We can speed up in Dark Age. As you would expect, most important thing there is to not go to Castle Age too late because we want to get the monks out as fast as possible. And therefore we want to go like 23, 24 up to Castle Age. A lot of time we will even sell stone to get to Castle Age as fast as possible. We can sell the stone because we know that we won't add TCs in Castle Age. We have to play 1 TC Monk Rush. That's the best of it. Yeah, our map isn't really important because we will be the one playing aggressive, while opponent's map, this time very defensive stone, great gold spot. Only the main gold is a bit forward, which is a bit unfortunate, but still opponent has very good map in this one. He cannot really complain about this one. Relics somewhat in the middle and 2 on the left side. Again, pretty standard. I think they are quite even for both of us. So let's take a look at my BO. You can see I'm not doing too many farms, or so far even no farm yet. The reason is that I don't really need that much food. I just need to get the food for the castle age, and then I might play on 1 or 2 farms, or even no farms at all. So yeah, we don't really need farms at this point of the game. Also, immediately sending more villages to gold. I know that I will likely buy my way to castle age using a market. So just scouting my back base, not really important. Basically, there's no way that this area would ever matter for me for like farm eco or such. If you are going for monk rush, and that's a very important thing, don't expect that you will ever build eco after it. Either you will win with it or you will die. It's not like that you will get any advantage in the game. Either you will die or you will win the game. There is nothing in between it. Okay, so I'm going up obviously before my opponent. Opponent is going for very common 27 plus 2. I went for 23 plus 2. No, I went for 24 plus 2, but I made a loom because I knew that I want to make forward monasteries. Forward monasteries, I think the better option than defensive monasteries. We could still make the decision to make defensive monasteries, but obviously the advantage of doing forward monasteries is that you will have easier time pushing. Also, if I would have defensive monasteries, an opponent would have their like light caves or anything, he could be sniping my reinforcements very easily. So this is why I prefer to make the monasteries almost every time forward, unless the players are really close to each other. So in the case that I'm going for forward monasteries, I basically always have to start with a spearman, because I need to make sure that opponent won't go there and kill my army with scouts. This time you can see I was completely wrong, because opponent is going for CA opening, which I didn't really expect, but still having some spearmen there, generally a very good idea for us. Obviously, if opponent would now go in there with archers, I would be in very tough position because he would deny everything there. So we are fine if he's going for scouts, we are fine if he's going for no army at all, but we would be fine against archers. Also against CAs we just should be fine, and we should have the monks in time. We are also, okay, now opponent spotted this one, so we will see his reaction to it. And his opponent's reaction right away, he's going to stone. As I said, likely the best defense in Castle Age against Monk Rush is defensive towers. So guard tower defense, likely the best defense you can have against Monk Rushing. Also for us, it's really crucial to take the relics, because we are playing on, at this point we have 28 villagers, so getting at this point 3-4 relics is just really huge help for our eco. You can see the kill to death ratio is 1:1. We unfortunately lost our scout to his scout, but it's not the most important thing. Especially with Burmese, since I see all the relics anyways. So, as I said, I just want to get as many relics as possible right away, because it will be a huge help for our eco. I'm playing there with 3 farms, home, and those are the only villages that I have on food for now. So what I'm doing there, preparing my push, getting there still some spearmen to make sure that I won't die to light caves or anything. So far I still don't know what his opponent doing, so I have to be careful, and I'm getting there already some nice ball of monks, and I should be able to hold this position against any army what opponent will do right now. Opponent, as you can see, isn't really going for army. He made there some CAs, but main thing for him is to make those defensive guard towers, and it was a huge investment for him, because that's university, he has to be on stone, he's doing their defensive guard towers, he's doing their even fletching and botkin, so huge investment for the opponent to make all this happen. And that's good for us, because we won't do too much damage in Castle Age, but we can do something in Imp because of it. After all, opponent still at 1 TC only, which isn't too common at this stage of the game. Now, this is the first time I see that opponent is going for CAs, but I still should be completely fine against it, because I dare my monks, and monks in Castle Age perform really well against CAs. Okay, and now as you can see, my reaction, I see guard towers, I see botkin. I know that there is basically no way for me to push into opponent base, because even if I would be pushing from there would just be one guard tower, two guard towers maybe, and I simply cannot push with my Castle Age army and only mangonels against the guard towers in Castle Age. Opponent trying to get there some value from hit those CAs, but he shouldn't really get much. And the advantage is that we already got four relics, might even get the fifth one. Opponent snapped our monk there. Yeah, there I see another guard tower, so I just know that there is no way for me to do anything right now, and I just want to get to imp as fast as possible. And also I'm already sending the villages to stone because I need to drop a forward castle and I need traps. So we can speed it up a bit, because for now opponent is just now adding the second TC, just now the third TC. He's realizing that I'm not going for too much aggression in Castle Age, and therefore he realized that he needs to boom. Still, we are in quite a good position since we already have 5th relic now, and opponent is still only like 6 villages ahead. So it's still looking very good for us. And behind this, I used market a lot. You will use market a lot when you are going for monk rushing, so it's completely fine with us. And behind this, I'm going really fast to aim as well, and I'm being on the stone, so we will drop a forward castle and we'll put pressure on the opponent with trebuchets. My main problem now was that I only had one forward villager, so we need to make sure that our villagers that we need to send forward for the castle won't run into those CAs. So we are basically sending all our army home, making sure that our villages can move forward. Opponent is now 20 villages ahead, but that's completely fine with us, as we are very close to imp. And yeah, forward villages, we again used market. Once again, you will be using market a lot using this strategy, and we can now put the pressure. 25 minutes we will be imp, we will make traps right away, and opponent for now has no response to it. There, I also didn't really understand the castle defense of opponent. Obviously he cannot make the castle more forward, but he did see my castle, and therefore I don't really understand why the castle was only here, because it's not really protecting much, and he's not too close to himself to make traps out of it. So I don't really understand this castle. I think opponent didn't really know what to do there. Yeah, and first thing we do in him going for traps, we also made all the monastery upgrades with Burmese, absolutely crucial. So you can see we already have the block printing, but we also have all the monastery upgrades. And now with traps we can just push into opponent, and this will be very tricky for him to stop, because he doesn't have that great eco. He only has 70 villages right now, and stables, I'm not sure they will work. We already have there a couple of spearmen, we will even make pikemen, because I do expect him to go for light caves. CAs, he doesn't really have the numbers. Maybe skirmishes would be a good option for him, but he's already, as I said, he doesn't have great eco. He just now makes wheelbarrow. The reason why he doesn't have great eco is that he invested a lot into this defense, into the guard towers early on, and therefore cannot really boom. And yeah, now it really hurts him that he doesn't have the eco, because he doesn't have the resources to stop our push. We already are making the second castle forward. This castle will go down for opponent, and we can just speed up, because the game should be absolutely over at this stage of the game. Even getting their conversion of the CAs. And opponent castle is going down, opponent's DCs are going down. All this eco, once again, opponent has there lots of villages, but it doesn't really matter. We are even converting lots of the villages now, and opponent basically has no army to stop our monks, to stop our pikemen, and all this would go down, which means the game will just be over. So what happened in this game? What decided the game? First of all, the fact that we went forward and we went for the monks. We also grabbed the relics very fast, so that was big boost to our eco. And opponent just invested a lot into defending the Castle Age monk rush, but then we switched our mind and just went for the imp. Make the forward castle was way faster imp than opponent, and with the traps just be easy time pushing our opponent. So I think perfect usage of this strategy. We wouldn't really be able to do much there in imp otherwise, so going for smash there was very legit and it worked really nicely for us. You can take a look at the statistics. Obviously opponent more food, more wood. This will be very common when you are going for Monk Dash, and way more gold for us. Also had almost 2k gold from relics, so that's really nice bonus. Okay, second game that I have there, Saracens versus Bulgarians. Again, we will go for Monk Rush. This time I don't think it was a great strategy for us. I think in this matchup it would be way better to go for example, for arbalest bombard cannons against Bulgarians, but yeah, we decided to go for Monk Rush because why not, and we will see how the game plays out. So once again, Saracens, great civilization for Monk Rushing. We have all the monastery upgrades, and the main thing is that we have Saracen market, which means that market rate costs only 5% compared to like 30% that you have normally. And that's really huge bonus because you need to buy a lot of food, great for balancing eco, and yeah, that's very nice for us. So we can speed up a bit in the Dark Age. Once again, our map doesn't matter at all because we won't be the one defending, we will be the one being aggressive. Opponent's map, quite a defensive, main gold, main stone. So again, second time when we are playing against basically perfect arena map, and let's see how this plays out. So again, it will be similar for us. We are trying to go for very fast Castle Age. We will likely use the market to be as fast as possible, or not necessarily to be as fast as possible, but to be quite fast, because you really want to be producing monks as early as possible. And therefore, we are not really going for farm eco or such. You can see I'm going for 23, again going for second lumber camp, already having 4 villages on gold, because I expect to buy a lot of resources there, especially food for the uptime. So right now I have 300 food, still I'm completely fine with it. I think I should have a loan there. I don't know why I'm doing the second villager. Okay, I guess I'm going up without loom, which I don't think is the greatest decision ever, since I will go for forward buildings again. But as you can see, we balanced our eco big time. We went for the we sold the stone as well, bought a lot of wood and food. I also make the double bit. I really like to make double bit when I'm going for smash, and also prefer to go for gold mining as well, even though that I'm having quite a low eco. Obviously I'm not going for horse color because I want too many farms, so it doesn't really pay off there for us. Now I'm going for the loom because I want to go for forward. This time doing a defensive barracks, but I think that's completely fine. And we are going there for the forward monastery number 1, monastery number 2. Obviously with Bulgarians we expect opponent to go for scouts or like light cavs, so we are completely fine for us, and we have to make some spearmen, and we want to start with monks. Sometimes if you would think that opponent is going for archery range first, then you want to be starting with a siege workshop. Behind this home, obviously we don't really need to care much about our eco because every single villager that we produce will go on gold basically, and yeah, we are spending maybe like 1% of our time taking a look at our eco, and most of the time we are just looking for it. Okay, what happened there? I saw scouts. I only saw 2 scouts by opponent, and there he completely outplayed me, or outsmarted me better say, because at this point I was sure that he's not going for light cavs, as I only saw 2 scouts, so I felt that he's going. It's a bit unfortunate for us. So I was 100% sure, or I was very convinced that he's going for only those 2 scouts, and that he's going for like Kropos defense or anything like that at home. That's my expectation. That's why I didn't really make too many spears after all. I have there like 2 spears, getting their third one. I thought that I will be completely fine, because if opponent has only 2 scouts, then having 3 spears is even an overkill. What will happen there? Opponent is going for light caves, opponent is going for double stable, and that means that our push might have very tough time to surviving. As you can see, for now I didn't really go for any aggression because I just want to go aim as fast as possible. I expect opponent to go for some kind of rear post defense or such, and therefore we are just waiting. You can see that I'm already almost having the resources to go up if I'm balancing a bit my eco, and then we want to make forward castle and be completely fine with it. Already having villages on stone again. Okay, what will happen there? Lots of light caves. There's 10 light caves from one side, 2 light caves from the other side. I have there 3 monks, 4 monks, 1 spearman. That really won't end well for us. Okay, at this point the game could be basically over. However, there are a couple of things that are going well for us. As I said, if you are losing the forward position, then most of the time the game should be kind of over. So that's horrible. However, first of all, we were producing villages after all this. So right now we have 1 more villager than our opponent, which is still very solid. That's the first thing. Second thing, opponent going for light caves, double stable. We saw lots of light caves there for him, which means that he doesn't really have too much eco. And we are absolutely right about it. Opponent has only farms, and he only has 1 TC for now. So all this time he was only on 1 TC. That's why we still have the similar level count. Also, we do have 4 relics. 4 relics, once again, that is a big boost to our eco. So after all, the game isn't really over, because economy wise we are not as behind, and potentially we can regain this position again. So as you can see, going for I'm being forced to make another barracks, also making pikemen right away because I see a lot of light caves, so I have to go for light caves. Not for light caves, I have to go for a pikeman. I'm getting their first armor upgrade as well, and we want to get our position back. Obviously I had to sell lots of resources or like buy food and such to get the pikeman numbers, but now we can start pushing again. This is already a good pikeman numbers, that good number of pikemen that we can just push opponent back, and we can again start pushing. So again, what we did, balance our eco. We can do it all the time with Saracens, that's the beauty of them. And we are going there for the forward castle now. The forward castle that we absolutely need for the push against our opponent. Now finally bringing the 5th relic as well. So we will now have 5 relics. We'll make the forward castle, and we will be faster aimed than our opponent behind this. And right now we can see that he's only 2 villages ahead. He now added 2nd TC, but it's quite late, as we said, and yeah, we are on our way aim. So after all, even though we lost all this position, we are really not in bad position right now. Okay, because I know Dark Noob, he's my teammate. I know that he loves to do this, that he wants to defend a home with something, and in the front he wants to counterattack. He's a smart guy, he knows that there will be absolutely nothing in my base, that I have to play this on 1 TC, and therefore he knows that if he just gets in, then all this eco should die. And that will be absolutely crucial for me, because this is everything I have basically. So we need to be very careful about this counterattack. If this counterattack would get in, we would likely die. This is why I'm already making that 2nd layer, in case he would go say something like siege tower or anything. We need to make sure that he just cannot get in. Now I see also that he's switching into CAs. Those CAs have full upgrades at this point, and that's why there I will just push it away. I will just micro the monks against the CAs, and I have there the pikemen, so this we can push this one off quite easily. There I think Dark Noob made one, or the biggest mistake he made in this game. He went for the CAs. I think it would be better to go for skirmishes and heresy. Heresy likely the most important upgrade that you can make if you are playing against monks. So if your civilization has heresy, that's a big advantage for you. It costs 1k gold, it's really not cheap. It's a Castle Age technology, but it means that if an opponent converts your units, then your units will die instead of changing like to opponent color. So heresy likely the most important upgrade in the game if you are facing a monk crash. And there Bulgarians do have heresy, and Dark Noob should have heresy by now, and instead he was going for CA, so I think skirmishes that don't cause call would be better for him, because then he could afford the heresy with it as well. And as you can see, skirmishes would be really good against our army. We only have their pikemen with +1 armor, so pikemen should die really easily to skirmishes, and also monks obviously not great against skirmishes either. Okay, so what is happening for now? I'm pushing there in the front. I made our second castle because I wanted to make sure that I have this position secured, that the opponent won't push me out of it. In the meantime, Dark Noob is going for the counter-attack. He's going there only with the rearm, so I'm going instantly for a defensive siege workshop there as well. And we are pushing forward. First thing we want to do as we go to aim, traps, and because with traps we can push into buildings, we can kill TCs, so this is our point there. Okay, slow down a bit, because there will be the action. Yeah, and as I said there, big mistake I think, Dark Noob still not having heresy. So if you enforce skirmishes, you could kind of push this one away, I believe, but instead with CAs, without heresy he cannot really do much against them, against this army composition. And it will be a problem, because I'm going there for the third castle. Dark Noob has literally nothing to stop it, and he's not getting in my base yet. I'm just repairing there the mangonel, or not yet, but with one mangonel I should be fine. I should hold there against this push, and we should be in good position again. I think there isn't a hole, by the way. It feels like late, but I'm pretty sure that this is walled. Okay, and what is Dark Noob doing now? He knows that he cannot, again, very good move. He knows that he cannot deal with this aggression. He cannot fight this, and that I will keep pushing forward. So he's leaving his base. He wants to move to other directions, be like more exposed on the map, more spread on the map, and at the same time he wants to kill my eco. So his goal is to spread around the map, get eco outside where I cannot move for now, because I need to keep pushing from into his main base, and at the same time if he would get in, kill all this eco, he would still be in good position. But as there we are holding with 2 mangonels, so we are in really good position. Even Dark Noob taking their big shots, he's trying to kill the market, not really working for him, and we are getting just so much damage there from the push in his base. So after all, since he didn't get in there with this army, this push isn't really working up for him, and we are in really good position now. Dark Noob has there still over 80 villages, so he has solid eco, but after all, we are just getting a lot of pressure down here on his base. I think he doesn't have really too much farm eco right now. You can see he has 80 villages and farms only. That's a big problem if he wants to go for skirmishes, for light caves and such. And there, once again, big mistake. Not having heresy at this point. You can see Dark Noob is right now going for heresy, but it's a bit too late. Also, we are killing there a lot of villagers. Sending the pikemen there to kill the villagers, why not? Because we know that those monks, if opponent doesn't have heresy, that those monks should be completely fine. Even starting to add there some Mamelukes, or not yet, but I will add there some Mamelukes, just to have there some protection for the monks. And the game is basically over. Dark Noob didn't achieve anything with the counter-attack because we expected it, and we defended it real nicely. And yeah, behind this we are getting a huge push happening on Dark Noob's base. Yes, there are lots of villagers, but they are, we can say, basically idle, because lots of them are only working on wood. He doesn't have their farm eco and such and such. So we can speed up there. Dark Noob is basically going for the last fight in the game. He's using all his remaining army. He's trying to kill my army there. He thinks that maybe he can do something at this point, but still, it shouldn't be really happening. That's a good fight for him. Obviously, light caves, he has Saracens now, so those are good units against my army composition, but it's just not enough army, and we are, after all, not losing all this group, and that's completely fine with us. So Dark Noob is losing this fight. We would now, basically all those villages would die now, and that's like 70% of Dark Noob's eco. So, couple of nice moves by Dark Noob. He fooled me, or like caught me off guard with the light caves. I was expecting something else when he was going for full light caves, so he killed this push, but still we weren't as behind in eco. Then Dark Noob tried to spread around the map. That wasn't really that successful. He doesn't have there that much eco yet, and also Darknump went for the counter attack, which could be really good for him, but thankfully we defended there. I think the major mistake he did in this game, maybe he could still invest into a bit more eco faster, so that would be one thing. Second thing, he needed heresy faster, he needed skirmishes and make more damage with them. So if he had skirmishes, he could really fight well against the monk and pikeman composition, and then I think he could be in fine position. So this was it about Monk Rush. 2 different games. You can see opponents having 2 different approaches how to defend Monk Rush. Still, we pull it off. There really isn't anything else more satisfying in AoE or even in life than pulling a good Monk Rush. So try it yourself. It's amazing, and good luck. And see you with another arena guide. See you guys.